Angel Reese. I get the sense that she has done this thinking it's going to do something I don't believe it's going to do. In fact, I know it's not going to do that. I have a suspicion that Angel Reese believed she trademarked her name, her actual damn name, and it would prevent people like me probably from making videos about her, talking about her.
Angel Reese just made headlines again, but this time, it's not for her game on the court. After months of relentless trolling, memes, and online criticism, the Chicago Sky Star decided to take matters into her own hands by officially trademarking her own name.
I'm still trying to figure out the guy that actually created the me bounds, which, if I'm not going crazy, she actually acknowledged somebody else come up with that. Well, then how does it keep them from winding back around and getting it back? You know, I found that rather interesting. I'm sure somebody just was like, it's not worth their trouble, which is probably what people like this are counting on, you know, until they meet people that's got multiple lawyers too.
Fans are calling it a bold clapback, while others see it as a desperate attempt to silence her haters. But here's the twist. This move might not do what she thinks it will. So why did Angel really do it? And what message is she trying to send to everyone watching?
WNBA's Angel Reese trademarks her name. Previously trademarked me Brown's phrase. Oh, never go full simple Jack. After previously filing trademark to the phrase, quote, me bounds, Chicago Sky Star Angel Reese has officially trademarked her name as well. On Tuesday, Heitner Legal posted a photo of the filing with the United States Patent and Trademark Office on X.
When the news broke that Angel Reese had officially trademarked her own name, the sports world didn't just react, it exploded. Social media lit up with confusion, memes, and mockery. Screenshots of the filing under Angel Reese LLC spread like wildfire, and within hours, her name was trending nationwide.
There it is. Angel Reese's trademark. There it is. The trademark was filed by Angel Reese LLC, which is a limited liability company owned by Reese in her home state of Maryland. Good for her. All right. Reese has been busy on the trademark front this year, and it started with, quote, me bounds, which was a phrase jokingly coined on social media due to Reese's propensity for grabbing her own offensive rebounds after missed shots.
Some fans called it a genius business move, while others laughed it off as another example of ego gone wild. But regardless of which side you were on, one thing was clear: Angel wasn't staying quiet anymore. This wasn't just another social media stunt or a playful flex. This was a full-blown declaration of control. After enduring months of public ridicule from the viral Mabounds memes to endless debates about her attitude, Reese decided to make her name, quite literally, her property. It was her way of saying, you can talk about me all you want, but my brand belongs to me. In the age of digital fame, where athletes double as influencers, that statement carried serious weight.
At the same time she filed for a me-bound trademark, Reese discussed the term in a TikTok video and explained why she was a fan of it. Quote, whoever came up with the me-bounds thing, y'all ate, because me-bounds, rebounds, crebounds, anything that comes off that board, it's mine. So whoever came up with it, I think that in itself is the issue, but okay. Reese said, in a brand, that's 6 figures right there. The trolling. I love when y'all do it because, like, the ideas be good.
But this move also raised questions. Did she truly understand what trademarking her name meant? Some speculated that she believed it would stop YouTubers, commentators, and fans from even mentioning her without permission. Others suggested it was a defensive strategy, a way to reclaim control after being publicly humiliated online.
Can I trademark my name? Oh, God. This guy, Michael Jordan moves, literally cut your own tongue out. I mean, honestly. Wow. Household name. Okay. How do you differentiate her name versus the brand? Will this be expanded to other goods and services? No, that's what it's for. Goods or services.
Either way, it revealed something about how deeply the online noise had gotten to her. Even her most loyal supporters seemed divided. Some admired her confidence and business mindset, comparing her to stars like LeBron and Serena who built empires around their identities. But others felt it was unnecessary, a sign that the pressure might finally be getting to her. Still, Angel Reese didn't flinch. She doubled down and filed it under her own company.
Can someone trademark a name to prevent people from talking about them? No! You cannot trademark a name to prevent people from simply talking about you, because trademarks are for protecting brand names in a specific commercial context. Specific commercial context. Not for controlling personal speech.
This wasn't about basketball anymore. It was about power, ownership, and revenge. And as the news spread, fans began asking the real question: was this a smart business play or an emotional reaction to the hate? The answer would soon become clear.
Good for her, I guess. I mean, it does prevent people from like going to Etsy and just blatantly saying Angel Reese on a t-shirt, blah, 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 that kind of shit. Sure. It prevents that. I wonder if somebody literally said, trademark your name and people can't talk about you anymore.
For months, Angel Reese had been a lightning rod on social media. Every game she played, every interview she gave, every tweet she posted turned into fuel for online trolls. It wasn't just criticism, it was personal. People mocked her confidence, twisted her words, and turned her celebrations into memes. The Me Bounds joke became one of the biggest running gags in women's basketball, with countless edits, captions, and comment threads tearing her down. It wasn't just fans clowning around anymore. It had become a public obsession. So when Angel Reese finally filed to trademark her name, it didn't come out of nowhere. It was her way of drawing a line in the sand. She was tired of being everyone's punchline. Tired of the narrative that painted her as arrogant or unlikable. To her, this was a form of self-defense, a message to every critic hiding behind a screen that she wouldn't be pushed around anymore. And she wanted control, not just of her reputation, but of her entire identity. From her point of view, this was about reclaiming the narrative. If people were going to keep talking about her, she might as well own her name, literally. She wanted the brand Angel Reese to mean something powerful, untouchable, and independent. To her fans, this was a boss move. It was the modern version of clapping back, not through tweets or interviews, but through legal paperwork. But to her critics, it reeked of insecurity. They saw it as a desperate reaction to online pressure, a celebrity move meant to look empowering but rooted in thin skin. Either way, the impact was undeniable. The trolls had finally gotten to her, and instead of hiding, she weaponized her own name. And yet, what Angel didn't realize was that trademarking your name doesn't silence the noise. It might just make it louder. Because, as the internet soon proved, her attempt to fight back only gave them more material to work with. Before the trademark headlines, Angel Reese's name was already at the center of one of the wildest internet moments in WNBA history. It all started with a single word: Me Bounds. A playful jab from fans turned into a viral storm after people noticed her habit of aggressively rebounding her own missed shots. Within days, timelines were flooded with memes, edits, and captions joking about her "my first rebounding" style. But instead of ignoring it, Angel leaned in. She embraced the chaos, laughed along, and even filmed a TikTok video saying, "Whoever came up with Me Bounds, y'all ate." At first, it looked like the perfect example of confidence. She took an insult and flipped it into entertainment. But then came the twist. Angel decided to trademark Me Bounds as her own brand. What started as fan-made humor had now become her property, and that changed everything. People who once joked with her now felt like she had stolen the internet's creation for profit. The same fans who made her viral were suddenly calling her greedy, fake, and self-centered. For Angel, this was a lesson in how fast admiration can turn into backlash. She had turned a meme into a marketing move, and while it might have made business sense, it made her look disconnected from the same people who built her online popularity. She saw it as owning her story, but fans saw it as hijacking theirs. Still, Angel seemed unfazed. She continued posting, promoting, and doubling down on the MeBounds brand. It was no longer just about the game, it was about proving she could control the narrative, no matter how ugly it got. But deep down, this was the beginning of a bigger shift. The laughter had turned into criticism, and the support had started to fade. And that's when she took it one step further, by trademarking not just a meme, but her entire name. The MeBounds idea might have boosted Angel Reese's visibility, but soon the truth came out. She didn't even create it. Fans began digging through old posts and discovered that someone else had originally coined the term long before Angel filed her trademark. What started as lighthearted fun quickly turned into a heated debate about ownership, credit, and authenticity. Even Angel herself had once admitted online that a fan came up with the phrase, so when the trademark filing appeared, many saw it as a slap in the face to the very community that made her famous. Social media erupted. Comment sections filled with accusations that she was trying to cash in on something that wasn't hers. Memes mocking her newfound businesswoman persona spread across TikTok and X. For someone who built her brand on confidence and authenticity, this felt like a public contradiction. It wasn't about basketball anymore. It was about whether she had crossed a line between protecting her image and exploiting her fans. Creativity.legal experts even chimed in, explaining that while it's technically possible to trademark a phrase you didn't invent, it opens the door to messy disputes. And that's exactly what happened. Angel's critics claimed this was just another example of her arrogance, always needing the spotlight, even if it meant stepping on others. Supporters tried to defend her, saying she was only doing what any smart athlete would do, taking control of her likeness and her future. But the damage was already done. The viral joke that once made people laugh was now a legal headline, and the internet's mood had shifted. Angel's attempt to secure her brand turned into another reason for people to question her motives. She might have wanted to protect herself, but instead, it painted her as a player desperate to own something she never truly started. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more controversial, Angel made her boldest move yet. She trademarked her own name. After the MeBounds backlash, Angel Reese made a decision that stunned everyone. She filed to trademark her own name. To some, it looked like the ultimate power move. To others, it was a sign that the online noise had finally gotten to her. But for Angel, this wasn't just about business. It was personal. For months, she had been dragged through headlines, criticized for her personality, and mocked by thousands of anonymous profiles. Everywhere she turned, people had something to say about her. Her confidence, her looks, her game, her interviews. So when she took legal ownership of her name, it was her way of saying enough. She wanted control, not over what people said, but over how her story would be remembered. In an era where social media defines reputations overnight, that mattered. Angel wasn't just a basketball player anymore. She was a brand, and her name was her currency. Filing the trademark under Angel Reese LLC gave her full authority to use her name on merchandise, endorsements, and any business ventures tied to her identity. It was a declaration of independence, a reminder that no meme or critic could own her image but her. Still, her decision wasn't without controversy. Many believed she misunderstood what a trademark actually protects. Fans speculated that she thought this move would stop media outlets and creators from using her name in commentary or videos. But the truth is, a trademark doesn't work that way. It doesn't silence speech, it protects business use. Even so, Angel's action sent a message loud and clear. She was no longer waiting for the internet to define her. She was taking her name back, letter by letter. But what she didn't realize was that the internet doesn't surrender that easily. What was meant to be a move of empowerment was about to ignite an even bigger storm, one that questioned whether Angel was protecting her legacy or just feeding the fire. The internet loves drama, but the law doesn't care about emotions. Once Angel Reese's trademark story hit the spotlight, lawyers, journalists, and legal analysts began stepping in to clarify what her filing actually meant. The verdict was simple: trademarking your name doesn't stop people from talking about you. It only prevents others from using that name to sell goods or services that could confuse consumers. So while Angel could stop someone from printing Angel Reese shirts or launching a fake beauty brand with her name, she couldn't stop YouTubers, reporters, or fans from mentioning her. In other words, her move didn't give her control over her public image, only over commercial use. And when that truth started circulating online, the tone of the conversation shifted again. Fans began mocking her, saying things like, "You can trademark your name, but not people's opinions." Some even joked about starting parody businesses with ridiculous names just to prove the point. What was meant to look like empowerment quickly became another internet spectacle. Even the original commentator who broke the story, from Black and White Sports, pointed out the misunderstanding. He explained that trademarking doesn't silence commentary, it just protects brand identity. His blunt breakdown went viral, and suddenly, Angel's move was being dissected not as a symbol of strength, but as an example of poor advice and misplaced strategy. Still, buried beneath the ridicule was a valid truth. Athletes are under unprecedented public pressure. Every word, every expression becomes content for millions to consume. In that environment, Angel's attempt to trademark her name wasn't just about misunderstanding the law. It was about trying to build a barrier between herself and a world that never stops watching. But once you become a public figure, the line between brand and person disappears. And for Angel, that line was already gone. What started as a legal document had become a mirror reflecting the cost of fame. When word spread that Angel Reese thought trademarking her name could stop people from mentioning her, the internet went into overdrive. Within hours, social media was flooded with memes, jokes, and mock business ideas poking fun at her misunderstanding. People joked about launching parody companies like Angel Reese's Car Wash, Angel Reese Cleaning Service, or Angel Reese Plumbing. It became another viral storm, one that had nothing to do with basketball. The more she tried to take control of her narrative, the more uncontrollable it became. Commentators had a field day. Sports podcasters dissected her every move, calling it a masterclass in missing the point. Others turned it into satire, creating fake ads with her name slapped onto random products. Even fans who once admired her confidence started questioning whether fame had changed her. She had gone from the face of empowerment at LSU to a polarizing figure in the pros. Every post she made now sparked endless debates. Was she building her brand or breaking it? But underneath the chaos was something deeper. Angel wasn't just dealing with internet trolls anymore. She was battling perception. To many, she had become a symbol of how fast fame can twist into ridicule. One wrong move, one misunderstood decision, and the same crowd that once cheered for you starts laughing instead. It wasn't about a trademark. It was about control slipping through her fingers. Despite the backlash, Angel stayed silent. No rants, no apologies, no clarifications. Her silence only fueled more speculation. Some believed she was regrouping, planning her next PR move. Others thought she simply didn't care anymore. But one thing was certain, the internet had already decided what story to tell, and that story painted her not as a victim, but as a cautionary tale about pride, fame, and the illusion of control in the digital age. Yet even in the chaos, Angel still had one thing left, the belief that she could redefine the meaning of her own name. At its core, Angel Reese's trademark decision wasn't about legal strategy. It was about survival in a world where public image is everything. In today's era of social media athletes, your name is your brand, your reputation is your currency. And one viral moment can either make or break you. For Angel, the constant trolling, missed quotes, and exaggerated headlines blurred the line between her real identity and her online persona. She wasn't just Angel Reese, the basketball player. She was Angel Reese, the meme, the villain, the talking point. And that's a heavy role to live under. Her decision to trademark her name was, in a sense, her trying to take herself back from the internet. She wanted ownership not just of her brand, but of her humanity. In her mind, it was a move toward empowerment. But what she underestimated was how much of herself she had already given away to the public. Once the crowd builds you up, it also feels entitled to tear you down. And when you try to draw the line, they laugh, because control and celebrity rarely coexist. What Angel Reese did reflects a larger truth about fame today. Every athlete, influencer, or celebrity faces the same battle between authenticity and protection. Do you let the world see the real you, knowing it can destroy you? Or do you build walls, trademark your name, and risk being seen as fake? It's a no-win game that plays out on millions of screens every day. For Angel, the irony is painful. In trying to protect her identity, she made herself more vulnerable than ever. Her name is now stronger as a brand, but weaker as a symbol. She may own the rights to Angel Reese, but the world owns the narrative, and no trademark can ever change that. In the end, Angel Reese's trademark wasn't just a legal move. It was a reflection of the battle every public figure faces in the age of social media. She wanted to own her story, to take back what the internet twisted. But instead, she became proof of how uncontrollable fame can be. Her name is now protected on paper, yet more exposed than ever in the public eye. Whether you see her decision as empowerment or ego, one thing's undeniable: Angel Reese reminded the world that even confidence has limits when your name belongs to everyone watching.